Again, guys, another video. Going to be talking about narcissist gang stalking and what that looks like and how it comes about. Typically when a person is done with the narcissist and wants no parts of them or wants nothing to do with them, the narcissist usually uh, you know employs or they'll deploy their flying monkeys to go out and do part of that bidding of stalking for them. In many ways, the old source, once they decided that they wanted to move on away and from the narcissist doesn't want it to end. They don't want it to be over. So, the first way is that if they can't call you or email you, typically you'll find this gang stalking playing itself out through social media. Well, there'll be numerous people hitting you up or trying to get into contact with you or causing disruption or trying to lay insults, the whole nine, right? And this is primarily because the narcissist has already gotten in, somehow with your affiliates and associates, and they've altered and turned them against you. And once this has happened, the narcissist basically use them as pawns. They become the pawns to go out and do the biddings, and that's what they call the flying monkeys, right? So the narcissist basically orchestrates the attacks by, causing mischief between you and them and having these weaker individuals that really are not, I would say, I don't want to say intelligible because sometimes it's not always that, but they don't have the right sense to understand how they're being manipulated and used to, cause issues among someone else. A lot of times they don't have anything to do with it. They're just falling in line and following suit with whatever, excuse me, whatever the narcissist wants. And so this turns into the gang stalking that many people speak of and talk about, where you know you're getting people that are wanting to question you about why you're not with them and what happened and what's going on in an aggressive manner. You know, not that they're looking at supporting you, but this is more in an aggressive manner because the narcissist has went and slandered you and has turned people against you in some sort of way. So now these individuals are attacking you too as well, right? And a narcissist is all behind the scenes. They're orchestrating this to the fullest. And so what you have to be mindful of is when you get into a situation like this is to not engage the flying monkeys either. Don't engage them. A lot of people want to, go at them and go back and try to attack them. I mean, they're just as blind as the other ones that are gang stalking you as well because they're under the control or the direction of the narcissist. So it's not going to do you any good. Um, Best thing that you can do is block them as well. Don't feed into it. If you feed into it, it works exactly the way the narcissist wants it to work, as far as getting under your skin, affecting you, causing causing unrest with you because they keep coming. They keep coming. It's like a big game, and you have to understand a lot of times these individuals can be just as or not more immature than the narcissist, or they can be other narcissists themselves, gang stalking, because this is right up their alley. I mean, something that isn't productive, something that's causing other people grief or harm, that's right up their alley to, a group of narcissists to gang up on one individual, you know, and that becomes fun to them. That's their playtime. Again, most of this, if you've went through the other ways of cutting them off and getting and closing off, the avenues of where they can get reach you or interfere with you. The main ones that they will be left open is if, if you work with them, um, or if you still have social media where they can get to you. Sometimes it's in a family setting. If you're co-parenting or whatnot, you get it from it may be multiple narcissists within that family trying to gang up on you. In that sense, I mean, you have to get your numbers up too, as far as having people to defend and become allies with you. There's power in numbers. It's one thing to gang up on one person, but if the narcissist realize that you're not going to be an easy prey, and you do have a few cards to pull yourself, and some support behind you as well, that tends to neutralize them a lot of times. Be mindful. A narcissist likes to isolate victims, make the victim feel as though there's no one else to help them, or be around them, or come to their aid. So it's very important that you acquire strong allies, people who are going to stand up for you, people who are going to defend you, people who are going to understand you, right? Because that's most important. They don't want you to have people like that in your corner, because that makes you even more easy pickings for them. Okay, so if you're getting gang stalked on social media, block it or shut your social media down for a while. That's the best thing to do. I understand some of you are addicted to social media, but it's the principle of things. If you want some of these things, these issues to stop, and it's not like, well, why should I have to get off? Well, it's not gonna stop, and if they have that access to you, they'll create different accounts and whatnot, and still come after you, still stalk you, still, you know, try to cause unrest. So shut it off, shut it down. If it's not a necessity for you to have, that's first and foremost. Second, if it's at work or in a work type of environment, be sure to get HR involved. You always have to have power pieces, or play from a position of power when you counter these individuals that are narcissists, right? Don't go in and try to fight the battle on your own. Get people in that will defend you, especially if they're from a position of power. It's going to make a world of a difference. Get HR involved. Make sure you document, make sure you keep the proper notes and notations on these incidents, dates, times, etc. Um, Record if you have to, right? Very important. Very important that you do these things, because in many ways, if this is allowed to go on, it's going to eventually cause you more, um, you know, more diseasement and unnecessary frustration that you shouldn't have to deal with. So you want to basically nip it in the bud before it gets to becoming a their favorite pastime, or like a hobby for them to just come at you and stalk you and do these things. So always make sure you take the right legal ramifications in order to neutralize these individuals by making sure, I can't stress enough, make sure that you have the right allies. Make sure that you have people who are real stand up people that's in your corner, that's going to back you, stand up for you, speak up for you, etc. When you're dealing with these type of situations with these narcissists gang stalking, or using flying monkeys to gang stalk, and flying monkeys being individuals that are basically used as pawns to go out and do the narcissist's dirty bids or their biddings, right? So just something to think about and something to consider when you're dealing with these type of situations. Don't be a sitting duck, make yourself proactive about protecting yourself. Again, screen the people thoroughly that you have around you in your circle. Very important. You know, you want people who have heart, who are going to be able to understand you, right? And not just kind of go along with what you're saying, but thoroughly understand you and realize the situation that is at hand and what you're dealing with. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video, everyone. If you like, hit the like button. Definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed. make sure you do that. Hit that bell button for the notifications every time I go live or post a video. If you're gonna be in the Boston, New York, or DC area, those are my next tour cities that I'll be in. And I'll leave a link in the description box where you can find out where to get your tickets for the Narcissist Recovery Tour, which I'll be going over a lot of tactics and things to help protect yourself, key things to help speed up your recovery, and remove a lot of the cognitive dissonance that may be still within you. So definitely check that out. Check out my documentary, Departure of Empathy. Very good video. I'll leave all that in the description box. Definitely want to get that. It kind of gives you an insight. And there'll be a free preview at the end of this video if you want to see it. Anyway, I'll see many of you again in Boston coming up this month, April 26th, 27th in New York, and then May 1st in Washington, D.C. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye now.